What is going on, guys? Panther here, and today we are bringing you our Week 8 BBL match against Aaron and his Calgary Infernapes. So let me go ahead and start off by saying Aaron is one of the commissioners of the BBL, so really appreciate the invite to the league to take over Omega Jolteon's team. It's the first time I'm actually seeing this new logo of his. I saw his old one before, but he's got a fire new logo up top in the right hand corner. So definitely check out Aaron's channel and the channel link down below. He has a very frightening team. He has done very well this season. I believe he's number 2 or 3 in the league overall, just behind Gypsy King. And yeah, his team is amazing. So he has the Xerneas, which is it can't geomancy, but I've actually used this thing in an Ubers League without geomancy before, and it doesn't need it. Its Scarf and Spec set are very good. Has some other really good sets too, like Sub Calm Mind. It can even like ingrain, so it can't be phased out. So that mon was particularly tough to prep for. It really just ate me up. The speed tier it was in was particularly hard to prep for as well, because it outspeeds a lot of my base 90s. I got Crook at 92 that outspeeds it as well, so it was pretty tough. So I have a good inkling that Scarf could probably come to outspeed the Kyurem Black, to outspeed non-Scarf Mewtwo. Mons like the Torn, the Crook. So yeah, and it gets coverage moves to hit most of my mons too. It gets T-Bolt and Focus Blast to hit Empoleon, and then it gets the Psyshock to hit my Roserade as well. So he's got the T-Tar. I had a feeling that would come because you definitely bring your Dark type against Mewtwo. He's got the Necrozma Dawn Wings. One of the main reasons why I didn't bring Lop in this game. Lop can kind of tear through the Skarm after rocks if I can get like a couple adamant high jump kicks off. But I really didn't want to bring it, and then I felt like he would prep really well for it. He has the Xerneas that he could run like a bulky set on, then a Necrozma that he could run the bulky set on. So I really didn't feel like Lop functioned too well in this game. He's got the Mega Camel, which is so hard for my team to switch into. My fire resistance garbage. It is actually non-existent, my fire resist is. So fire types actually eat me alive. And Camel's just tough to switch into as well. Then he's got Kommo-o. Kommo-o is a fair brink. I can set up on a lot of my team. It's a good check to the Roserade with Bulletproof for Sludge Bomb, and then the Grass Stab, of course. Of course, I'm going to have the HP Fire for the Skarmory and not for the Kommo-o. I do get Dazzling Gleam and Extra Sensory. I do have the Extra Sensory. I can't remember the other mons on Aaron's team, so I forget why I had it exactly, but I do. But yeah, that wraps up Aaron's team. My team, I have Scarf. Do I have Scarf Kyurem? I do have Scarf Kyurem. I have Scarf Kyurem for a +1 Kommo-o. I've got just a... Let me pull up my team, because this was a really good game. Pull it up real quick. I've got AV Torn mixed with like super powered hit the T-Tar. I've got Wakan, Empoleon. I figured the Xerneas would run T-Bolt over the Focus Blast because the T-Bolt was useful for hitting the Torn. So I have Wakan on the Empoleon here. I have a Colbur Mewtwo to hopefully 2-hit KO that the Tyranitar with Focus Blast. Scarf Kyurem. I have a Life Orb Roserade, which really does a tremendous job against his team breaking. And then like he has like a Suicune and Skarmcore, so I wanted to bring my Electrode because his ground type is Camerupt. I prepped actually on the beach. I was on vacation and I prepped for my phone on the beach for this game. And I really did not prep well for the Mega Camel at all, because I didn't bring like HP Water or anything on Electrode, so big mistake there on my part. But anyways, let me just go ahead and start the game here. I've rambled enough here starting out. This ended up being a really good one that was very close. So let's get into things here. So we're challenged by Mai. Hope I'm saying that right. Yeah, so he is going to lead off with his Necrozma here. So he's just going to go ahead and straight lead off with it. And as I'm going to lead off with my Torn. I figured Torn's going to be my best lead. It's going to hit Skarm. It's going to hit the Camel if he wants to rock with that, or the T-Tar. I could just superpower it. So he leads off with the Necrozma. He is Rocky Helmet, so it's going to negate some of my recovery, but I'm still going to be able to come back in at full on the following turn as I go out into my more Spadef Empoleon here. As he throws up a Trick Room, now Trick Room is very, very scary because it's going to allow Camel to come in. So I'm just going to throw off a Toxic here because I want to punish this thing, or I want to punish the Camel coming in. I actually did not have the Scald. I have Flash Cannon, I have Toxic, and then I have Roar on this to avoid being set up on, and Defog to not get stacked by the Skarmory. So I got a nice Toxic off on this thing, so I'm going to be able to wear it down, and I really don't mind. I don't mind Empoleon going down. Empoleon doesn't do a great deal to Aaron's team, especially without Scald to at least threaten the Mega Camel out. So I'm just gonna try to get damage off on this thing. Now I know I can kind of play around this thing here and just try to let this thing die to Toxic. Also want to stall out Trick Room because as a Camel I cannot let Trick Room remain up and Camel be able to stay in here. So he's going to Moongeist Beam. I know I can take about half from that and then just pivot back out and like sack Empoleon, stall the Trick Room off. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my Regenerator and sack Empoleon. And basically what that sequence of turns really allowed me to do was try to just not have to take damage on something else directly. And also sack my Empoleon. Now Tornadus is at a respectable amount of health, and you know I'm still going to lose Empoleon either way, but at least I've got health on my Torn. But he whips out the Moonlight here, and I'm going to make the same sequence of plays here. I'm going to go out into my Torn because as you can see, I've taken 12 damage here with him at this point. He's going to throw back up the Trick Room, so very unfortunate here. And now I know I can take the hit. I don't care if he wants to. If he wants to switch out here, I'm going to click U-turn regardless because I can just U-turn, be able to stall at least one turn of it, and you know, just go down. So I'm going to go ahead and U-turn out. I'm going to take the Rocky Helmet. I'm going to take a lot of damage from that with the combination of the Moongeist Beam, but it's still going to put me back up to a respectable amount of health, and I can get some health later as well. So I want to actually at this point kind of discourage a lot of these mobs from coming in. Now, I know that he can go Camel here, but I don't feel like that he's going to... I think he's either going to do a couple of things here. If he's Rocks, he's going to get up his Rocks here. If he's like a Yawn set, he's going to go ahead and fire that off. Or he's just going to attack with like Earth Power. I can live the Earth Power, and it's very important for me to kill this thing. I did not expect him to whip out the sub, so I'm kind of glad that I stayed in and attacked here because then he would have been behind a sub. So we're going to go ahead and break this sub, and he's going to waste another turn of that Trick Room too. So I've got that broken now at least. So in a decent position here at least. So I'm going to switch out here because I don't really want to lose my my Gardenia, and he's going to make a good play and actually go for the substitute again. So back to where I started. This thing is behind a sub. And he's definitely going to be able to kill me with the flamethrower. So now he's behind a sub, and he's gotten the flamethrower off on me now. So down goes Empoleon. Empoleon's done his job though. He was able to take out the Necrozma Dawn Wings. So I'll make that trade, Empoleon for Dawn Wings. But this thing's scary. It's behind a sub. Now I got in a Torn here because I'm AV Torn. At the range I'm at, I do not die to Modest Max Attack Flamethrower. So I know I can break this up and then at least Hurricane him the next turn and potentially kill him. But he's got the Fire Blast too, and this rocks my world. So at least I hit the Hurricane to break the sub, but I did not think I was going to lose my Torn there. So Camel has done its job. Camel has broken, and it broke Torn's back. But yeah, I was completely out of range. I lived barely, but I did live the live the flamethrower, which what I was calculating. Didn't expect the Fire Blast too, but again, really good prep on Aaron's part. He brought a very good set here. So Mewtwo's able to come out now and is just able to pick up the kill on the Camel, and now the T-Tar is going to come out. Now, the only way this thing is living is if it's like almost max Spadef Assault Vest. So that's the only way he's going to take two. So Aaron's actually EV'd this thing perfectly to take 3 Focus Blast. Or to take 2 Focus Blast and still live. So he's going to crunch. Luckily, I'm Colbert. So able to get that damage. I've hit a Hurricane and a Focus Blast here. Do I want to risk it again? Yes, I'm going to fire off another Focus Blast here. He's not going to die. He lives like on 1 HP, so this was a perfectly EV'd Tyranitar here. So Aaron really did some really excellent prep. But yeah, he tries to trap me. I don't really have a reason to switch out because the crunch isn't killing me regardless on the following turn. As I'm just going to go ahead and T-Bolt here and pick up the kill. So down goes T-Tar. That's some good news for my Mewtwo if I can preserve this thing and get it in later. I'm just 3 attacks on it with Recover as well, which is really the best set, honestly. So yep, Mewtwo is able to pick up the kill here on the Tyranitar, and that puts us in good shape as well. So in comes the Xerneas. Him bringing it in like that just really screams Scarf. He doesn't have much else to go into though, but I have a perfectly good sack here in this Electrode. I actually do not get to it KO'd by the Psyshock, so I'm going to get a Volt Switch here. As he's going to be able to Psyshock, it's barely going to avoid the kill on me. I'm going to be able to Volt Switch out, and that bulk investment's paying off on little old Electrode here. So he did his job. He pivoted for me. So he pivots. I know he's locked into Psyshock now. Because I do know he is Choice Scarf, so I'm able to come in now. Now I'm going to be able to threaten this thing out with the Ice Beam. Ice Beam here is the obvious play. He's not going to go into Como. He's not going to stand with Xern, so really felt like he was going to go hard into Skarmory here. So I'm going to fire off Fusion Bolt. And yeah, Fusion Bolt is going to do a lot to this Skarmory. So he does not know that I am Choice Scarfed at this point, so he cannot risk switching out here either. I am locked into Fusion Bolt, so I am forced to go for the Fusion Bolt again. And that is just what we are going to do. We're going to Fusion Bolt, and we are going to pick up the KO on this Skarmory. And that is down. So that makes things a little bit easier for us. Down goes Skarm. So now he's got the Xerneas. In it comes again. I definitely do not live a Moonblast from this thing. So I am forced to switch out here. And I believe I sack off little Electrode at this point. Yeah, I do. I've already removed it from the layout. Actually, I didn't even put it on the layout. Wow, I'm worthless. So I don't have Crocodile. What am I doing? What am I doing, guys? Oh well, yeah, I don't have Crook. The Crocodile is the Electrode. Just see Electrode there in that place. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of that. I've got Mewtwo. I've got my Gardenia left. Now this is a big move here. This is a big 50-50. Now I'll outspeed the Como, so I don't really feel the need to predict here. So we'll go and fire off the Sludge Bomb, pick up the kill on the Xerneas. I don't have the Dazzling Gleam, which I regret, but I'm never letting the Como set up. I can just extra sensory it, do a lot of damage while it sets up to +1, and then I can just go out into my Kyurem on the following turn. But you know, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. So as you can see, the extra sensory does a lot. He's gonna de-dance up, and yeah, he's going to be able to pick up the kill on my my Roserade here. But Roserade really put in the finest here this game. It's going to pick up the kill on Roserade, but on the following turn, we're just going to be able to go out into our Kyurem Black, and we are going to be able to finish this off with an Outrage, I do believe. So really good game there to Aaron. This game really could have went a different way there at the end, because I didn't have the Dazzling Gleam. I think that's what Aaron was afraid of the most. Just talking to him after the game, or who was it? I talked to somebody after the game that said that I think he actually live played this on stream or something like that. And I was talking to Leo. Leo asked me why I didn't have Dazzling Gleam. Leo asked me. I guess Leo watched it live. So yeah, and I should have brought Dazzling Gleam. I forget why I brought extra sensory. Probably just oversight on my part. Like I said, I prepped for my phone on the beach. Kind of crunched for time. I was down there for my anniversary. So yeah, it was a really good game to Aaron there. I don't know why I removed Kyurem. I'm doing horrible. Here. Don't know why I removed Kyurem there. But yeah, so really good game to Aaron. We have a strong chance of playing again in the playoffs. So he's got a very threatening team. I've got to prep better for Camel. We made some really good plays, but like I said, it really came down to that 50-50 at the end. Because if he would have went into Como, he could have potentially Dragon Danced up. I would have been forced out and to go into my my Kieran there to threaten it out, and then of course he could go right back out. Now he didn't know I had Ice Beam at that point, because I definitely did not have Ice Beam, and Ice Beam would have threatened the Xerneas, but still at that point it was a game. So he lost that 50-50 there on the Xerneas. I didn't feel like, you know, live during the battle I had to predict, but, you know, just kind of looking back on it, he was definitely very much so in the game there. So very interested to see Aaron's side of this, to see his take on things. But yeah, good game to you again, Aaron. Thank you so much, guys, for the support this season in BBL. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed seeing some of these Ubers here to play. I know I've most certainly had a lot of fun here in this league. It's kind of reignited my enjoyment for Mons a little bit. The meta's really stale right now. Draft League is kind of stale. But using these Mons on Wi-Fi has been very, very fun. And I've really enjoyed my time here this season. Next week we have Splurge, who is a very strong battler, who's got a very good record. And I don't remember who I play week 10, but that is it. I think we have pretty much locked up playoffs at this point, not seeding. I'd rather avoid Gypsy if I can, or as long as I can, because he's still unbeaten at this point, has a disgusting team. But yeah, that's it for me this week, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Leave a thumbs up on the comments or on the vid down below. Hit subscribe if you have not already. At the time of recording this, I'm at 349. Would love to get to 350 subs, so if you are not subbed to the channel, be sure to do that. But yeah, thank you so much for the support here in the BBL this season, guys. I've got to go, so I'm going to get out of here. Peace.